Initially, it was disbelief.
Are my kids okay?
This is real. It's coming.
Wow, this is really something. It's going to be significant.
We began to mobilize the following day.
We were sitting here in the hospital trying to figure out how we were going to be able to help. It was critical for us to keep working as hard as we can to find answers.
I asked our radiology department, can you build a 3D swab? Within a week, they had a prototype.
So the 3D printed nasopharyngeal swab actually developed back in mid-March. This nasal swab here has over 70 million of them around the world in more than 56 countries.
Little USF Health made a dramatic contribution to the planet's ability to weather this storm.
I think this is where we've been very fortunate here at USF to have a lot of people who dropped everything to work on this problem.
I mean, it was extraordinary, the pace of research development.
Giving people the good antibodies so they can fight off the COVID virus infection.
Well, you know, it's interesting. Of course, our public health folks led the campus efforts.
We believe that all the mitigation measures we put in place, hand sanitizer, disinfectant wipes, distancing, we've reconfigured spaces. Our goal, of course, is to reduce transmission of the virus, prevent severe illness, prevent mortality, prevent an overwhelming of our healthcare system.
Communicate, communicate, communicate.
Dr. Jason Salemi is joining us now. He's a professor of epidemiology at the University of South Florida.
Our wonderful faculty did 1,500 media appearances. 5 times the number of undocumented cases.
You can make a petition to the FDA and get emergency use authorization.
Making sure that Tampa Bay remains healthy.
The Pfizer vaccines as well as the Moderna vaccine seem to be very effective.
You have to understand your audience. You have to understand the basic facts of how things work. And then you have to be able to communicate it in a really approachable way.
We expected that the communities of color, primarily African American and Hispanic, were probably going to be hesitant to want to get a vaccine. From years and decades of mistrust of the healthcare system, government systems, as the pandemic began to unfold, we quickly shifted into doing much more education around COVID-19 and the eventual vaccines, which I really believe helped our Tampa Bay community early on in terms of the vaccination rates that we saw with adults. You did good today?
Yeah, I did all right.
Okay.
Since COVID, we see a lot of death. And I think being able to process that grief is hard.
Just the sheer enormity of what they were seeing clinically was significant.
A lot of anxiety and fear of the unknown. We know so much now. We didn't know so much 14 or 15 months ago.
Going into the rooms, the biggest worry is, what's going to happen to my family? If I take this back home, what does it mean to my family? That was really the most difficult piece for me.
I haven't realized until recently how high my anxiety levels were, and just having that feeling that I had to be at a high level of alertness all of the time.
And so I think one really positive aspect was the outpouring of public affection and support.
Often I caught the city of Tampa banging the pots from Davis Island, and it was them letting us know that they were thinking of us. And that is often what made me keep going.
I know that it has exacted a toll on many healthcare workers because of the long duration of the crisis, but also what they saw and had to deal with.
Frankly, it exceeded all my expectations, both in terms of the speed with which the vaccine was developed or the incredible efficacy of the vaccine. These are unbelievably efficacious vaccines that are extraordinarily safe. That was one of the most remarkable scientific achievements in human history. And I think it rivals the moon landing.
It's just amazing what the medical community can do when we all come together for one purpose. We've been able to administer and deliver and prepare close to 35,000 vaccines.
Being able to provide a vaccine to people, and people were just so thankful and relieved to be able to have access to the vaccine. So seeing that was uplifting and really made everything worthwhile.
These are students, faculty, and staff that are out at testing centers. We're staffing the vaccination clinics. We've done education in the community.
We needed to increase our volume of testing, and we needed to do it quickly. So we started out testing patients one at a time in isolation rooms, and we knew that as things were going, we needed to progress. So we went from testing 1 to 2 patients a day to testing 200 a day. And then when we did some county testing as well, out on the county sites, we were testing 600 people within 3 hours time. And that is a huge accomplishment. The testing was out in the heat, in the Florida rain, and everything was unpredictable. And yet the staff still came back day after day.
We counted up, and our students, faculty, and staff have put in almost 40,000 volunteer hours in the clinical and community settings over the past year.
You know, there was the need, so that the media put out, like, if you can help make masks, you know, this is what you do, here's where you can go, here's the templates of how to make them. And the students were like, we want to do this. And I'm like, I'm all for it, let's do it. You know, we wouldn't have been able to do what we did without the students as part of our workforce.
The team that I have and I'm blessed to work with here at USF, whether it's the nurse care managers who are doing the COVID-19 clinic or the medical assistants who got out there and did testing and learned how to reprocess their masks and, you know, took care of the patients who they knew had COVID. And they put themselves out there, and they went and they greeted them in the car, and they said, you know, come on in, we're gonna take care of you, we're gonna make sure you're okay. That's really the thing that I'm most proud of.
Being a part of administering to the patients vaccines, you get to see, like, all of this is worth it because this person now is walking out of here with less fear.
I think when I look back over what we've been through, I'm really most proud of the teamwork. I've always thought healthcare and medicine is a team sport, and I think we really proved that time and time again during COVID.
And that was a beautiful thing, is it didn't matter if you were a physician or a nurse or a physical therapist or occupational therapy or, you know, respiratory therapy, pharmacy, you know, it didn't matter. It was a call to serve.
If we're honest with ourselves, has changed us in so many ways. As a society, we've changed. I think as a healthcare body, as a healthcare organization, we've had to change. And so I'm really hopeful that that part of what we do here at the academic health system will be part of our future by remembering the lessons we learned from COVID.